If you think survival tech was born in the 20th century, think again. Long before GPS, multi-tools, or carbon fiber gear, medieval craftsmen and warriors were building equipment so clever, so precise, and so ahead of their time, they'd put some modern survival tools to shame. These weren't crude relics. They were refined works of genius, forged by necessity, survival instinct, and raw human brilliance. In an age where every mistake could cost your life, innovation wasn't optional. It was survival. Today, we're diving deep into 8 medieval survival tools that were so advanced they still leave modern experts shaking their heads. Before matches or lighters, fire was life, and losing it meant death. Enter the fire steel, a small curved piece of high-carbon steel that could throw a shower of sparks when struck against flint. This simple tool was the medieval world's lifeline. Warriors carried it into battle, peasants kept it tucked under cloaks, and explorers relied on it through bitter winters. What makes it impressive isn't just how reliable it was. It's that the same principle is still used in modern ferro rods and flint strikers. Medieval fire steels were compact, weatherproof, and honestly eternal. Unlike your disposable lighter, a fire steel could last decades. You could say it was the original survival guarantee, forged in flame and endurance. Medieval blacksmiths didn't have factories, but they had something just as powerful: portable forges. Imagine, if you will, a collapsible setup of bellows, a charcoal bed, and an anvil, all small enough to transport by cart or even a pack animal. With this, an armourer could repair weapons, create arrowheads, or forge hinges and nails right there in the field. These mobile metal workshops were, honestly, centuries ahead of our so-called modern field repair kits. Soldiers and craftsmen could adapt on the go, producing tools or weapons just about anywhere. It was complete self-reliance in action. In a world where broken steel could mean broken survival, the travelling forge wasn't just smart. It was, in fact, revolutionary. Clean water was a luxury back then. Disease-ridden rivers and wells could kill faster than a sword. But medieval engineers developed something astonishing: sand and charcoal filtration systems built into stone cisterns. By layering gravel, sand and charcoal, they naturally purified water, removing debris, bacteria and bad taste. Modern science later confirmed that this exact method is highly effective. In fact, the same filtration principle is used in today's survival filters and even city water systems. The medieval mind didn't just survive, it engineered survival. Long before laboratory testing, they understood that nature itself could be a filter if you used it right. If there was one tool that combined precision, power and practicality, it was the crossbow. Unlike longbows that required years of training, anyone with basic strength could load and fire a crossbow. It could pierce armor, hunt big game, and stay accurate even in rain or snow. In survival terms, the crossbow was silent power. It could defend, hunt, and intimidate all in one. Modern compound bows and rifles owe a lot to this innovation. Some medieval crossbows were so well balanced they could deliver lethal accuracy up to 400 yards. That's not just medieval engineering, that's genius craftsmanship tuned for survival and dominance. Forget high-tech thermal blankets. Medieval wanderers had something far more versatile: the woolen cloak. Made from tightly woven, lanolin-rich wool, it was naturally water-resistant, windproof and warm even when wet. Soldiers, monks and travellers used it as a coat, a blanket, and even a makeshift tent. Its insulating properties rival modern outdoor gear, and it required no synthetic materials, just raw organic mastery. The secret? The natural oils and density of medieval spun wool trapped heat and repelled moisture, creating the perfect all-weather survival fabric. In a pinch, the cloak could even be wrapped around supplies or used as a pack. It was the Swiss army knife of medieval clothing, simple, efficient, and nearly indestructible. Before GPS satellites dotted the sky, sailors and explorers had the astrolabe, a marvel of brass and geometry. It could measure the position of the stars to pinpoint location, direction, and even time. In a world without compasses or maps, it turned the heavens into a guidebook. The level of precision was stunning. A skilled navigator using an astrolabe could calculate latitude with an accuracy of less than a degree. That's medieval math and metalwork outperforming modern tech, without needing batteries or signal. It was navigation in its purest form, brain power and starlight. Even today, if the grid goes down, the principles of the astrolabe remain as relevant as ever. It's proof that intelligence, not electricity, has always been humanity's true compass. Hot summers, no electricity, yet food still stayed fresh. How? Medieval societies built ice houses and cooling cellars so advanced they functioned like natural refrigerators. These structures were carved underground or thickly insulated with clay, straw and stone to maintain cold air and block sunlight. Some even used evaporative cooling systems, wet cloth and ventilation designs that reduced temperature dramatically. Food and drink could last for weeks, sometimes months. It's the same science modern camping fridges use today, only without the plug. When survival depended on stored food, this ancient cooling tech was a literal lifesaver. Centuries before the magnetic compass reached Europe, Viking explorers sailed across brutal seas guided by a sunstone, a crystal believed to detect sunlight through clouds or fog. Modern researchers discovered that Icelandic spar, a type of calcite, can polarize light, allowing navigators to locate the sun's position even in overcast weather. This meant Norse sailors could travel thousands of miles with uncanny accuracy. No magnets, no maps, just stone and skill. It's a level of natural navigation that even modern pilots would respect. In survival terms, the Viking sunstone proves one thing: the world's best tools often come straight from the earth itself. What ties all these tools together isn't just their brilliance, it's the mindset behind them. The medieval world was harsh, unpredictable, and, well, merciless. Yet from that crucible came inventions that could still save your life today. They didn't rely on convenience or mass production. Instead, they relied on resourcefulness, resilience, and a deep understanding of nature. In an age of instant tech, these ancient designs remind us that survival is more than gear. It's grit, knowledge, and, adaptation. Whether it was the spark of a fire steel, the guidance of an astrolabe, or the warmth of a wool cloak, every invention was built to last and crafted to protect. So, next time you see a fancy modern gadget promising to redefine survival, just remember, our ancestors already mastered it centuries ago. They didn't just survive, they thrived, using tools so advanced they're still teaching us today. If you found this deep dive fascinating, make sure to subscribe to Legacy of Survival for more untold history, forgotten innovations, and timeless lessons from the front lines of human endurance. Hit that like button, share with a fellow history buff, and, well, remember, sometimes the oldest tools still hold the sharpest edge.